Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
It's your brother Yowana to my left.
How about y'all?
And coming at y'all with Lord's will, another edifying lesson from the Spirit and power with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And of course, always before we start this lesson, we give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem HaKadosh.
Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, our teachers. Shalom to the brothers out there pushing this truth in all righteousness and sincerity. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect scattered abroad, being brought to end under the obedience of this truth through the spirit of faith.
Khan. And shalom to all you Akim, you Aqua, that truly, subscribe to this doctrine. It was ultimately given into, that through the spirit, the elder apostles, on down to the elders of Akim pushing this gospel, this doctrine of life today, man. So shalom, peace, blessings, and salutations to all of you, those that are, that are holding fast to this faith, this gospel that was given unto us, But yeah, man, this lesson is ultimately going to be tailored around, the Levitical law concerning, those clean and unclean foods. Mainly the unclean foods is basically where we're going to start at, man. Because I ultimately had a conversation with an Ishkarite, a Jake at my job, and he had brought some sushi over to where we were at, and I asked him, like, hey man, is that fucking sushi, because that's what it looked like, and he goes, yeah man, but it was from Yogi Grill, whatever the fuck it is. And I told him that shit is nasty, man. And he said, no man, I love sushi, and then yeah man, I was like, nah man, I wouldn't eat that, but basically what I said, basically telling him I wouldn't eat it. And then he goes in saying that Mexican, if you want real good sushi, go to a Mexican restaurant because they cook real good Mexican sushi. And I said, nah man, I'm good, I don't like that shit. Well, he said, Mexicans love their shrimp, and so on and so forth. And I was like, man, hell no, I can't eat that motherfucker, that shit's nasty, man. And he said, yeah, it's nasty, or he said, yeah, he knows that the shrimp is like the cockroach of the sea, but yeah, he still likes it. And I asked him, I was like, would you eat fucking cockroaches? And he said no. And he said, but the difference between the two is shrimp tastes good, and that's the mindset, of 2/3, of our people, man, the Israelites, man, the so-called blacks, so-called Latinos, and so-called natives. They're, as long as it tastes good, man, it don't matter if it's unclean or clean, man. They're gonna eat it, man. That's what Jake is basically into, man. Which really goes into Jake learning the way of the heathens, man, because the heathens, they are the ones that started with Esau, Edom, and this fucking swine. Esau, these other nations, they love to eat abominable foods, man, and it's really because the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai didn't give the law, statutes, and commandments to them, so these things are not unclean to them, but the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai to the Israelites gave him a clean set of foods versus an unclean set of foods. And that's really what we're going to go into and really talk about, mainly about those unclean foods, such as the swine, the shrimp, the cockroach, and so on and so forth, man. We don't want to make this too long, but yeah, man, we're just going to go ahead and hit it.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11 to verse 1, and it reads, and the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, speak unto the children of Israel.
It says, speak unto the children of Israel, man. Going into, what is it, Psalms 147, verse 19 and 20. The Lord Yahweh Shem Shai had given his law, statutes, and commandments unto Israel, man. He has not dealt so with any other nation, man. Yahweh Shem Shai is not dealing with these heathens, man. They don't have a list of clean foods and unclean foods. We do. The so-called blacks, so-called Latinos, and so-called Native Americans. And this is the reason why we're coming out here doing these video epistles, coming out the highways and byways. It's Isaiah 58:1 to show our people their transgression, and show them their sins, to let them know, hey, don't follow the ways of the heathens, don't eat this nasty ass food, which ultimately doesn't benefit you at all. If anything, it hurts you, man. So this is what we're telling our people. Keep going.
Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever parteth the hoof and is cloven-footed,
which goes into what? Having hooves, man. You look at cows, you look at deer and so on and so forth, man. Goats, lambs, they have hooves, man. You know, that's what it means to be cloven-footed and have the hoof, man, part of the hoof. You know, it means they got hooves, man. You know, go ahead.
Whatsoever parteth the hoof and is cloven-footed and cheweth cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat.
Now, cheweth cud means basically what, man? Eating the grass, man. Eating the plants. You know, meaning that they're omnivores, man. You know, you got carnivores and omnivores. Carnivores eat meat. Omnivores eat plants, man. You know. So we are allowed to eat those that have hooves and eat grass and are omnivores. So have hooves and eat grass. You know, it's not one or the other. It's both of them. You know, we're gonna read about you can't have one or the other. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud,
eat the grass,
or of them that divide the hoof,
right?
As the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you.
Meaning what? He eats grass, he eats the plants and stuff like that, but he doesn't have hooves, man. You know, he doesn't have them hard, them hard shoes, what you would call, on an animal, man. You know, those hard, if they kick you in your chest, the shit go right through your chest, kind of. You know, they got them soft pads, man. You know, they don't have that rock solid foot, man. They have soft pads on the foot, man. So you can't, you can't have one or the other. You have to have both. You have to have hooves and you have to eat the grass, man. You know, you have to eat the plants. You know, keep going.
In verse 5, in the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you.
Right, and you go and the brother's about to bring out what a coney is, man. You know, it's basically like a ferret, man, but it's a different kind of ferret. You know, it's what it is called a rock
badger or a hyrax.
Right, man. You know, and that's basically what it is. It's like a desert ferret, man. You know, and that one, because it eats the grass, but it doesn't have hooves, man. You know, so you can't eat that animal as well. Go ahead.
In the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you.
Right.
And the hare,
which is a rabbit, go ahead.
Because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you.
Again, it don't have no hooves, man. You cannot have one without the other. You have to have both. Go ahead.
And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean unto you.
Now, this is where we're going to actually really break down this nasty-ass fucking animal, man. Because, yes, it does have hooves, but this animal doesn't just, this animal eats every fucking thing under the sun, man. It don't eat grass, So, we're going to go into swine, man, which is also, pig, ham, bacon, whatever you want to call it, man. We're going to go into that animal because that animal right there is such a nasty, disgusting fucking animal. And it has so many fucking diseases. Hey, man, this is one of the reasons why Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai does not want us to eat these fucking animals, man. I'm going to turn down the AC, man. Got the AC blowing because it's hot in Arizona, man. So Lord will, we ain't going to be cooking ourselves in this vehicle. I just turned it down a little bit so y'all can hear us, so we're not yelling and shit. So, you got the article?
Yeah, Con,
yeah, bro. Let's go into that article, man, because it's going into swine, man, and how disgusting this shit is, man.
Con, this is log.jaminthompson.com, and I'll get straight to the point on the bullet points. It said, here are a few reasons to avoid pork. Pork has been found to contain a variety of toxic substances which have shown to have a negative effect on the human body. These typically consist of cholesterol. Another bullet point says pork has very high fat content. Consuming large amounts of animal fats is never a good idea. These fats and occupying toxins can deposit in the interstitium, lymphatics, as well as in the adipose tissue. These processes can cause a variety of unpleasant diseases and symptoms like adiposity, hypertension, constipation, slower metabolism, and heart disease, to name a few.
Man, that's a list of fucking shit, man. Just eating this fucking animal, which is this animal right here, for those that don't know. It says unclean food. It says the bottom. It's at the bottom, at the very top on the left of the unclean foods. It looks like it has a little gate in front of it, a little wood gate in front of it. That's a fucking, where it says pork, bacon, ham. That's a fucking swine, man. And that is the fucking, animal that has so many diseases attached to it, man. Go ahead.
Growth hormones. Pork, especially pork from non-organic sources, has been shown to contain growth hormones. These hormones can promote and or provoke a variety of different inflammatory and malignant growth processes such as cancer and
acromegaly.
Influenza virus. Just like humans, pigs can catch the flu, and this special form of the influenza virus can be passed on from the pig to the consumer.
Damn.
High-risk foods include pork sausage, which have been shown to often contain bits of pig lungs.
I remember a couple of years back when they were pushing, like, every other commercial was bacon, every other commercial was fucking, pepperoni,
Yeah.
every other fucking commercial
Sausage,
was fucking everything.
ham.
This was just a few years ago. They were heavily pushing fucking pork, man. They had that fucking thing that coming out the bacon bowls.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, man.
That's like a huge thing here in Babylon the Great, man. They push that everywhere for breakfast. It's always like, like the English muffins with ham and bacon and sausage. It's always pork, man. And that just goes to show you, because Esau Edom is completely contrary, to Yahweh Shema Shai, and to his laws.
Right, man. You can't even fucking get a burger without the fucking, the chef looking at you wrong because everyone eats bacon.
And gelatin too is like, an extension of like pork. It has pork in it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of, different snacks and shit have gelatin in it, man. It's fucking pork damn near in everything.
Right.
So it's hard to stay away from it.
Right, man.
But this is the last point, and it says pathogens. My grandmother used to have a pig farm, and if there is anything I learned from spending time on that farm, it's that pigs can be nasty sometimes. Due to their behavior, gluttonous scavengers who will eat just about anything from garbage to rotting carcasses, and typically living conditions, pigs are far more predisposed to toxins, worms, and diseases than most other animals.
Right, man. So this is just, one article that basically, grabs, a huge summary of why this animal is so unclean, man, because of all the diseases it brings. And who knows? You're looking at the screen, you see rabbits, you see like ducks and swans, and it says birds of prey like the eagle, the hawk, the owl, so on and so forth. And then you see all shellfish, meaning crab, lobster, shrimp, oysters. Then you got eels, snakes, all creeping things that crawl or fly or swim. Hey man, we're not allowed to eat these things. Why? Because there's a lot of diseases and nasty shit that come with these motherfuckers, man. It's not just because the Most High, said not to do it. There's a real reason,
Right.
Yahweh Shema Shai does not want us to be unhealthy, man. And that's exactly what we're seeing in this world is, people are unhealthy. You look at America. America's the #1 obese country in the world, man. Why? Because they push unclean foods, man, such as swine. But we're about to get a little bit more. We're gonna keep reading, and we're just gonna read the first half of this. The first half of this chapter, man. We're not gonna go too much into it, but yeah, man. If you want to keep reading verse 8.
This is Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 8. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean unto you.
Right, man. Meaning, hey, man, these fucking animals, period, man. Whether it's pork rinds, whether it's fucking bacon, whether it's fucking pork chops. Hey, man, we can't eat this shit, man. Can't eat no fucking rabbits, no little fucking ferrets, man. We can't eat none of them shits, man.
Right.
They're unclean as fuck, man. And again, they bring so much more diseases than they do benefit you, man. You got one benefit when eating these foods if you cook it right, and that's the taste, And even then, you for those that haven't been eating pork or whatever, you even smell pork, that shit makes you nasty, man. You can tell the smell of pork because it has a distinct, nasty, wretched, flesh-rotting smell, man.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
Now think about it, man. You go into the ocean. There's not too many creatures in the ocean that have fins and scales, like the regular fish, you know, the parrotfish. Actually, I don't even think the parrotfish, you know, which is the one that's known for creating the beaches, you know, because it eats the algae off the rocks, scrapes off the rocks, and shits out the sand, you know. I don't even think that fish has fucking scales, fins, or it has fins, but I don't think it has scales, man, you know. So we're only able to eat the fish, you know, that have fins and scales. Again, you can't have one without the other, man. You can't have like a shark. Sharks have skin. They don't have scales, man.
Yeah, they
you
got
know,
no fins, but they got no scales.
right. But they also have skin.
Right, skin. Yep.
They don't have, you know, these hard scales. You know what I mean? That when you go to you catch a fish, you gut it, and then when you go to scrape off the scales, they don't have that, man. You know, it's literally like a fucking skin like we got, you know. But, you know, obviously, you know, for the version of a shark. But so, you know, they don't have that, so we can't eat those animals. Any animal, you know, such as, you know, fucking what's another one? That's that big ass fucking sunfish that looks like it's cut in half. It ain't got a back tail.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's huge as fuck. Hey, we can't eat that.
Like eels and like jellyfish, and you be seeing ammon, bro. This is one bitch on YouTube. She literally has millions of subscribers because she eats the most bizarre food. She'll literally eat jellyfish like 2 times bigger than the table. She'll start eating the head with all this sauce, and it's just nasty. You see like fluids going everywhere, and this shit's still moving. It's like these motherfucking nations are wicked, man.
Hell
That's why
yeah,
the scriptures
man.
in, you know, Isaiah the 40th chapter describe the nations being before the Lord being as less than nothing, man.
Right.
How are you less than nothing? You know, that's what these nations look like in the eyes of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shot, man. They're unclean.
Yeah, it's funny as fuck, man. You know, me and the brother were breaking bread earlier, man, and we looked at the number 0. The number 0 is literally I don't know how you can make nothing a number, man. You know what I mean? That's exactly what these damn devils did. Now look at the number 0. The Most High made those damn devils less than 0. Come on, man. There is no 0.5s, 0.6, 0.7. No. It's 0 and then there's nothing. Really, 0 is nothing. So how are you less than fucking 0?
Can I have a quick one?
You know? Go ahead, bro.
There's a book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 18. I said in my heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, that the Most High might manifest them, and that they might see that they themselves are beasts.
Woo.
Nothing but beasts, man. Esau Edom goes beast right there, man. Walking right past the car.
Most High gave us a living example.
Living example, man. You know, all these nations are really just beasts, man. You know, because they're not governed by the law of Yahweh Bashim Shah, which is a light, man, to help guide you. All right, to help, you know what I'm saying, properly, you know, as the brother was saying, so you can live properly and not without order. All right, a lot of these nations, man, again, they weren't given this law, so they're just completely out of order, especially because Esau Edom, so-called white man, is rolling over this world. As it says, he changed the ordinances, man.
Mm-hmm.
He made everything, you know, to go backwards and change the way of life, which is keeping his word.
Right.
That's why in the kingdom of heaven, all these nations are going to come, you know, to Yahweh Bashim Shah, starting with his elect, to learn the ways of the Lord, man.
We'll go back in verse 9.
Ecclesiastes, Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins nor scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
Wait, man. You look at these damn crustaceans, man. You know, going into, you know, shrimp, going into crab, going into lobster, you know, going into, you know, fucking squid and all this other stuff, calamari, whatever you want to call it. All these things they're unclean unto us. Why? This fucking Edomite, man. Bitch, I'm doing a lesson. You over here trying to ask for a charger, you dusty, crusty ass bitch. Fucking, man. Anyways, you know, all these things, all those animals that I just listed off, none of them, you know, they don't have no fins. They don't have no scales. So we're not allowed to eat them, man. You know? And again, I want to touch on the shrimp because that's what fucking Jake loves to eat, man. You know, shrimp, lobster, you know? These are the things that we are not allowed to eat, man. We'll read the next 2 verses and then we'll go into you know, into that shrimp a little bit, get some information on it, grab a couple more scriptures, and then we'll get out of here. You want to go into read the next two verses?
Yeah, Con. Verse 12.
Verse 11.
Oh, so like what the hell? Oh, it's just like it. Verse 11. They shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but you shall have their carcasses in abomination.
Go ahead.
Verse 12.
Me, it's just abomination to eat them, you know.
Verse 12. Whatsoever hath no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you.
Right, man. Again, going into them being an abomination unto us, man. You know, and you know, we're really gonna go into, you know, again the shrimp, you know, because again, when you go into shrimp, you know, shrimp is likened unto lobster, crab, so on and so forth. So all these things are put into one, you know, one category. You know, the brother's about to pull up, you know, how shrimp are closely related to, you know, cockroaches, man. You know, because again, like I said, I asked the Ishmaelite if he wanted to eat, you know, a cockroach, and he said no. But the difference between them two is that one tastes good, you know. Motherfucker, I'm pretty sure you fucking throw some garlic, fucking salt on a fucking, you know, a cockroach, it'll fucking taste good too, man. You know, but that doesn't make it right, you know.
Right.
So we're gonna go into some information, man. Go ahead.
Con, this is all the Google.
Read both of those.
Con, this is the Google search. All you gotta look up shrimp is cockroach, and this is actually the first thing that pops up when I put shrimp is. So it's kind of funny. But Google definition says so close that they belong to a group all their own called Pancrustacea. That means that shrimp, lobsters, and other crustaceans are related, very closely related.
Right.
Not only to cockroaches, but to all other insects too.
Right, man. You know, you know that right there. That's fucking disgusting, man. You know, cause what about a dung beetle, man?
Oh yeah.
A shit beetle, man. It basically just said, you know, they're related to all other insects too. Okay, well, motherfucker, fuck all the other insects. What about a fucking dung beetle? And you know, I don't wanna click OK on this fucking, you know, this microphone, man, because what's gonna happen is you're not gonna be able to hear me, you know. So I might just let it go, man. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, because this damn devil, man, wants to keep fucking with the sound, man. If I click OK, you know, you're not going to be able to hear me. The sound's going to stop. So we're just going to leave this shit on the fucking screen because Esau wants to fuck with the goddamn, you know, the live stream.
I never even seen that happen.
I mean, not the live stream, but the recording. But, yeah, we're just going to keep going.
Con, another people also ask, says, did you know that shrimp are the cockroaches of the ocean?
Right there, man. You know, shrimps are the cockroaches of the ocean. Keep going.
Shrimp are commonly known as sea cockroaches.
Woo!
For their type of omnivorous feeding, they feed on the garbage of the sea. In fact, lobsters, shrimp, crabs, and other shellfish have less in common with fish than they do with insects.
Wow, man. You know, so these things, they're the filters of the earth, man. You know, when animals die, what happens, man? You get a whole lot of shrimp, krill, you know, and lobsters and stuff like that. You know, that when the body floats back down to the very bottom, then you got the lobsters and crabs that eat it. But you know, shrimp and krill, they're the ones that, you know, they float up to the top to eat these motherfuckers, man. Just like cockroaches, man. Where do you usually find them? Around trash, around, you know, dead animals. You know, you find these are literally the filters of the earth, man. They clean up the earth, man. You know, of all those all the dead things, man, all the garbage, man. You know.
Yeah.
That's why you don't want to eat these animals, man, because again, these animals, just like pigs, eat garbage, eat fucking everything under the sun. They're the cleaners of the earth as well, man. You know?
And that just goes to show you only the elect is really, because, you know, you have 2/3 Jakes. They might see that eating pigs, you know, is swine is bad for you, but then they're going to go do something else wicked, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why only the elect are truly going to take heed, you know, to these commandments and follow them to the best of their ability, man. All right? And that was it on that.
You know, so ultimately, again, these things, these animals, you know, these creatures that ultimately you eat, hey, they bring nothing but negative,
Effects.
Yeah, but I was thinking of a word. I don't want to say benefits because benefits would be good, but they bring illnesses, man. You know, and you know they break down your body, man. You know.
Sick, man.
They destroy you, man. And guess what, man? You know, we're not supposed to be a sick people, man. You know, the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai. Can you grab Sirach 30 and 15?
Come on. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 30, and verse 15, and it reads, "Health and good state of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth."
Right, man. So you know, health and a good state of body are above all gold, man. So when you eat these creatures, what does it do? It breaks your body down, man. You know, you don't want to be in that kind of state, man. Meaning, you know, you're gonna have diabetes, meaning your legs are gonna get cut off. Now you can't go, you know, walk and hike and, you know, exercise. Once you get your legs cut off from diabetes, hey, that's it, man. You're done. You don't have no chance of coming back from that, you know, because your legs are what, you know, you being able to move and exercise. You have to use your legs for that shit, man. You know, even those that get their legs cut off, hey, man, you might be able to do some upper body work, but you're not able to get good cardio in there, man. You know, you're not able to do what you need to do in order to keep your body healthy, man. You know, this is why you got to start eating right now, man. You got to start eating right now, man. Eating, that means what, man? Taking care of your blood, taking care of, you know, your innards, man. Taking care of your liver, your kidney. You know, ingesting things that are ultimately going to benefit you instead of hurting you, man. You know, you want to keep going that last verse on that?
Come. Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, I'll start at verse 15 again.
Yeah.
And it reads, "Health and good state of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth.
Right.
There is no riches above a sound body, and no joy above the joy of the heart."
Right, man. You know, so hey, man, stay healthy, man. Stop eating these unclean foods that ultimately bring sickness and illness to you, man. You know, you don't want that, man, because that right there creates for, you know, a terrible life, man. Once you lose, you know, certain, you know, functionability of your body, hey, man, your life becomes miserable, man.
And you're working out death, man. It's going to say that sin is transgression of the law. So if you're breaking, you know, the law and not, you know, and again, there's things that we can't keep, like abstaining from these foods. Then you ultimately, what the scripture say, the wages of sin is death, man.
Right.
You know.
Right, man. You don't want to be in that. You don't want to be in that state, man. You know, because on top of that, you know, depending where the state of your body is at, you know, your mentality is going to be there as well, man. You know, if you're fat, obese, man, you know, you're ultimately going to be doubtful. You know, you're not going to have no confidence. You know, your life is just going to be fucking terrible, man. You know, you don't want to be in that kind of state, man. You know, Esau walking around here looking like a bag of fucking Cheetos and shit, a fucking morphed bag of Cheetos, man. Nasty motherfuckers, man. You know, but let's get the next verse. But again, these things cause sickness and illness, man. Yeah.
Verse 17, "Death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness."
Right, man. So it's better for you to fucking just die, man, than for you to eat these fucking foods and live in a continual state of sickness, man. You know, having to go to the fucking doctors, man. And these doctors here in Babylon, hey, what are they doing, man? They're feeding you more shit that's ultimately killing your fucking body, man. You know? So if you were to just take the initiative and look up certain things, you know, hey, man, you'd be able to heal yourself. And that's, you know, ultimately, you know, those that are, you know, in this truth, in this gospel, hey, you should be able to know certain things that will ultimately be able to help you, man. You know, like certain greens, man, like basil, oregano, I don't know how, you know, however y'all say, I call it thyme, you know, but basil, I'll say it again, parsley, basil, thyme, oregano, you know, cilantro, you know, all these greens, man, you know, spinach, you know, all these greens, they help your body function and cleanse, you know, as well as drinking, you know, the Elder Apostle Dahar recently did a video about drinking tart cherry juice, man, you know, as well as horseradish and beets and drinking pomegranate juice and so on and so forth. These things cleanse your blood, which ultimately you cleansing your blood gets rid of a lot of illnesses, man, you know. So you got to pay attention to that, man. This is huge. This is key to you know, being able to, you know, to continue to, you know, thrive, man. Because right now all we're doing is surviving, man. But if you're eating, you know, bad foods, what are you doing? You know, you're not trying to survive. You're trying to die, man. You know, and really you're bringing that shit upon you. You know what I mean? So, you know, it wouldn't be a righteous death. You know. Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiasticus 30:25. A cheerful and good heart will have care of his meat and diet.
Right, man. You know, you're gonna care for what you eat, man. You know, and brothers really do care, man. You know, brothers, you know, we might not have, you know, the funds to go always and buy, because a lot of these things that are healthier, man, Esau fucking made, you know, more expensive than, you know, this fucking, you know, the unhealthy shit, man. So it's easier to get unhealthy shit. Now, we're not telling you, hey, rush out and go clear out your fucking, if you got a whole bunch of unhealthy shit, because brothers got unhealthy shit in they cupboards as well, man. You know, but you got to strive, you know, to the best of the ability that you have, that the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai gave you. You got to try and eat healthy, man. You know, we're in this world, so really nothing is. It says what, man? We're gonna eat defiled bread, man. Right. You know, so everything that we're eating is gonna be defiled. Even the stuff that's supposed to be healthy, you know. GMOs. Right, man. But you got to try at least, man. You know, and that's what it's about, man. You know, giving that effort, man, and praying over your food that Yahweh Shem Shai ultimately cleanse it of the negativity, you know, the illnesses and poison that Esau Edom put in it, man. You know, praying to Yahweh Shem Shai, you know, that right there. Who knows, man? He could turn something that is fake. You know, like a lot of lettuce is created fake. You know, he can change that lettuce into something real right before your eyes, man. You know, and have it benefit your body rather than, you know, have all these negative effects, man. So prayer, you know, prayer with your food is key as well, man. Mandatory, man. You know, just like they're about to make this fucking jab mandatory. Hey, praying should be a mandatory thing, man. You know, you be praying every day, man. If not one time a day at least, man. You know. But
that was it.
Comments. I mean, like I said, we just wanted to make this real quick. And man, with this thing on the screen where it says subsequent recording muted, hey man, Lord will, y'all can still hear us through the whole thing. I'm gonna go ahead and ultimately play it back through. You know, if it's still good, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it up raw. But with that, man, Lord will was edifying. We're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakakwadash. Again, double honor to apostles and elders, upgrade millstone, and rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim out here pushing this gospel in truth and in sincerity to the best of their ability, given to them by Yahweh Shem Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect scattered abroad. May the election Yahweh Shem Shai, Lord willing, fall upon our houses. I want to say Shalom, Kwam Yasharallah, and above all, Shalom.